USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at usaa.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us. Before we jump in, I don't do this every week, but I would love if you went over, left a review, left a comment. I listened to all of those. Give me some topics. Send over to Steve at teachhoops.com. What kind of topics do you want to hear? But before we jump into today's topic, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. I've tried them all, and this is not only how innovative are, but the workouts and what I love about Dr. Dish is they give back to the community. If you follow them on Facebook, if you follow them on Twitter, they're always giving back to the basketball community. And you mentioned Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It is a one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's resources, it's handouts, it's videos, it's one-on-one calls, it's office hours. It's a coach. It's a resource run by a coach for a coach. It's not an ex-coach, not someone that's been let go, not someone that's coaching part-time. This is what I do. And Teach Hoops helps me keep the bills on. It helps me put up these podcasts, 13 podcasts a week. Teach Hoops helps me be able to do that. And it's a roadmap for you to be successful. And let me help you in this great journey that we call coaching. But let's head off to the podcast. Yeah, then we just kind of go at it. So I'm just looking at my list. Yeah. So that's what I would do. I don't think there's a right or wrong on that.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Do you know who's going to be on your team?
I have. My only issue is, so we're so small that we have to yank up a couple of young ones. And
okay,
my only issue is, do I want to yank up a young one whose parents want them to play a lot? So leave them on JV type of thing.
I leave them on JV.
Yeah. So that's really my only decisions to make is this parent wants them to play a lot. So I really don't want that headache, to be honest with you.
Well, and I mean, that might be better for their development too, to be honest with you. Yeah. So that's what I would do. So
we're going to be like 8 players and 9 players between our varsity and JV. So we're probably going to do we overlap our practices.
Right. I would do. So that's where, if you're trying to figure out which level they need to be at, then I do a lot of small sided stuff. I would do some things like that just to kind of get a sense of where they're at. Yeah, I would just do some small sided games. I'm looking at, that's what I tend to do that just so I can see them go one-on-one. I want to see how they play. Yeah, I would just, that would be my basics for that.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another quick one. So I'm gonna go pack line defense this year.
Okay.
After our little whatever we pressure full court, we're gonna drop back in the pack. But at the same time, that's typically gonna be our makes. On our misses, I'm gonna go no middle funnel down. Is that too much? I'm hesitant because
so you're just saying on makes and miss?
Yeah, on makes we're gonna go diamond back into pack. And on misses, we're just going to try to funnel to one side of the
Nope. So you can do that, but you better do it from day one.
Okay.
And you better do it for a month, because it's going to take them a while to get it. Like,
my mindset is scramble situation, a miss is, stop ball, got my safety, got my guy in the nail, and try to force him one direction. And we're already kind of into that no middle.
Right.
Versus on a make, I don't like to pressure full court. I like more of a 3/4 court. And
it's hard to get into full. It's hard to get into full. I agree.
And I think you and I discussed a while back about, getting it to the left, especially on the girl side. So my plan is just,
and then I'd trap. I would trap in that short corner. I would trap.
Yes. So
because you needed to score some points, and that will be some ways to get some turnovers, I think.
Gotcha. So my mindset is, I think we discussed this. If we go left, I'm kind of going to guard you one-on-one and try to trap you just over half court. If you go back to the right, we're trapping that. And now the clock has ran down a little bit too, so you're going to panic a little bit. And that's kind of my goal there. But yeah, generally my basic half court defense is going to be pack. And then, like you said, from day one, but then there'll be an emphasis on a miss.
How long do you have before your first game?
First game is until December 5th, something like that.
Oh, you got time then. So I wouldn't even worry about I'd spend a weekend just pack.
Okay.
I wouldn't even talk about anything else.
Okay.
Because you got time.
Okay.
I think we play the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so I gotta get going.
Game or scrimmage?
Game.
Oh wow.
I have a scrimmage the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So that's why I'm sitting here panicking about, like, okay, can we get all this stuff in? But yes, that's fast. So you got time. So I'd get really good at pack.
Okay.
I'd get really good at your offense. Then I literally would probably go to the press break next.
Okay.
Then I would go to, maybe your make miss funnel thing, because you probably need 2 weeks of doing that, but you got to pour the cement of that foundation first. Like, yeah. Especially with that many bodies, repetition will be your friend at that point.
Okay.
I would overdo it at that point. Yeah.
That's good, because that was something I was thinking about, because my day when I didn't include my funnel down on misses, and I wasn't sure when I slipped that in. So I'll worry about that next week.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
Yep.
All
James,
right,
go ahead. Do you feel good about your team?
It's going to be an interesting year. If I can get back, I just got guys that are just not.
They're inexperienced.
Some guys who just are supposed to be major horses and have not shown the full commitment. But with that in mind, I want to go back to those two freshmen. If I bring them up, because I'm assuming I have like two really good players who are just starting to come around. If I bring them up and then I'm finding I'm not giving them the minutes they need, is there a problem sending them back down? What's your experience with that? Am I going to hurt their egos, or not even their egos, just, hurt them personally by bringing them up and sending them back down if I have my seniors that are supposed to be there finally come around?
So have you talked to them first?
Well, they played today, and I said, you played really well. I'm considering bringing you up, but that's all.
And what did they say?
For it. I mean, one of the kids really wants it. Yeah.
Okay. So I would have a honest conversation and say, here's what I'm seeing. Here's what I think. What do you want? In the sense that you're going to still make the decision you want anyway, but you want them to have a voice. And then I say, I personally think you should be with me. And here's the reasons why. Things change. Are you okay with that? You sounds like one kid really wants it. One kid really wants it. My guess is he's going to work his butt off to stay there. The other one, I don't know. But and then I would say, it's if I move you up and you're not playing a lot, I'm going to move you back down because you need to play. And I want you to play. And you're going to be a big part of us winning games and doing what we want to do. However, I think you can play, and I'm going to move you up and I want to challenge you. Are you okay with me challenging you? That's literally the way I would word it. Are you okay with this? Are you okay with me challenging you and pushing you? Are you okay with some hard steps? Are you okay with that? My guess is they'll say yes, because most kids want that. And then I'd move them up because they're going to get better with you. Competition's better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Definitely with that. Okay. So here, let me tell you how my game started today, my scrimmage.
Okay.
The scrimmage. We started out 19-0.
Winning or losing? Okay.
Remember, I had 27 turnovers. We ended up taking the lead in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go.
Okay.
And we ended up losing by 6.
That's not bad.
Not bad. And you know who brought us back was when I removed some of those inexperienced varsity players and put these 2 freshmen in.
Because you know why? Because 2 freshmen were fearless and they don't care. They're just out there hooping. I can tell you exactly what happened. They're like, man, I got my chance. I'm Lou Gehrig. I got my thing. I ain't giving it up again. Like, this is my chance to show coach I can hoop. I trust me, I've seen that a billion times. Is that exactly what happened?
That's exactly. They were fearless. And they brought us back. Also, I listened to you. You knew my team was small. I did start out in man just because we've been working on man principles with the little zone. I hadn't introduced the whole zone. I start off, and that hurt us. I mean, it was 12-0 when I switched to 2-3 zone. Okay. And then that slowed them down, and that's what we went pretty much the rest of the game.
I told you, it's just, you got to just change pace because teams getting rhythms, and then it's like, man.
Yeah. So, but the thing that I wanted to ask you was, we just went because we haven't had time. I mean, remember, I started first day of practice was Monday, and we had scrimmage Saturday. Haven't had time to get everything in, which was the matchup zone. My question to you is, we have a game. Our first real game is Tuesday. So I've already introduced little pieces of the matchup zone previously.
I wouldn't, I probably wouldn't do it on Tuesday. Okay. I mean, you still have it in your arsenal. It's just not, you got 2 bullets rather than, 6 bullets kind of thing. So it's not like you could always pull it out, but you just probably don't want to run it if you don't have to.
So my question to you with regards to that is, the day before, we've had this conversation, but reiterate to me, what does your practice look like the day before a game? What time do you start? What time do you finish? And what is the intensity of your practice? Is it different than what you normally would run on?
Intensity is the same. Length might be shorter, might be more film and more cerebral, more learning at that point. It's also the day before, we're definitely going through our opponents. So we're spending more time on matchups, what they're doing, but the intensity better be the same. As that, it doesn't matter what day it is, it better be the same. Well, if it gets too intense the day before a game, then I shorten it. Then I'll just call practice. We'll go. If I'm worried about people getting hurt or something like that, or it's just, I don't want them worn out for the next day. So that's kind of my thought with that is I'd shorten it. I'd keep it intense. And then I would do more film. And again, sometimes you can only be so intense when you're walking through an opponent's offense or something like that. But again, and you and I have talked about this, I want them to learn things in a multitude of different ways, by doing, by seeing, by, all the different learning methods. So yeah, that makes sense.
How much rebounding do you do during your week of practice?
Okay, rebounding, very little, but rebounding wins rings.
Yeah. So with that in mind, Do you not do rebounding drills every day?
I do. I no, but I'm on them if we're not rebounding. Like rebounding and turnovers are probably my two. We've been horrible rebounding the last couple of years too. Just because we haven't, yeah.
So do you ever rebounding drills? That's the question.
Once in a while I do when we have a really bad rebounding game or something, and I got to emphasize it. We'll play some war. We'll do some things just to show them that it's important. But every drill we do when I'm keeping score, rebounding, like offensive rebounding is worth a lot. I emphasize rebounding. Yeah. You better rebound. You better play D. You better play D. You better not turn the ball over. You better rebound. I give them a lot more freedom on the offensive end. Because those are hard. Don't turn the ball over, rebound, and play D. But no, I don't do a lot of rebound. I've not found many that are effective and game-like. So I'm better off, playing 3-on-3 and giving, a bucket worth 1 point and an offensive rebound worth 4 or something crazy like that. They'll rebound then. So no, yeah.
Got you. Thank you.
Rebounding wins rings, though. You can quote me on that. You got to rebound. You got to rebound. Can't let people have second shots. You got to get offensive glass to get easy ones. Yeah. And you're tiny. You should be emphasizing rebounding everything. All they should be thinking about is not turning the ball over and rebounding. Because you're going to be able to pressure people defensively. You're going to be able to score and get to the rack. As long as your threes are going in, you should be, don't turn the ball over, rebound. Don't turn the ball over, rebound. You could get a t-shirt made up. Don't turn the ball over, rebound. Don't turn the ball over, rebound. I guarantee, here's one thing I'm going to tell you. I've never seen these freshmen play. I guarantee you, if you tell them, if you don't turn the ball over and you rebound, I will play you. They won't turn the ball over and they'll rebound.
They were my rebounders today. Those freshmen.
Guarantee it. I guarantee they'll lead every game the rest of the season. You will play if you rebound and you don't turn the ball over.
Okay.
They will play because they just want it. Freshmen want to play. Trust me, that freshmen just want to play. Seniors want to be like all state. Freshmen just want to play. They'll do anything. They will do anything to play. Use that to your advantage is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
All right. Questions. Go ahead, guys. I got some sushi. I got sushi waiting for me for dinner. So. I'd be better off in San Diego to eat sushi, but whatever.
So full court, we talked about entering the ball. When I'm able to enter the ball, I have a pretty effective press break, which we can pretty much score on.
Okay.
Tag. And what over the summer I found teams are starting to kind of back off of that, but then they'll pick me up at half court. They'll put a couple bodies. I looked up some stuff and I found Rick Barnes. He does what's called he has his trailer create traffic and just walk into the people trying to pick you up at half court, allowing your point guard to kind of take a side and just go. Are there any other kind of half court tricks or whatever that you guys know if a team's trying to kind of pick you up at half court with some pressure?
Are they doubling you or they're just picking you up?
So they're waiting at half court with their most athletic longest guard who can kind of lock you up, right?
Okay.
I thinking back at it, summer stuff. We don't film our summer stuff. I would say if my trail was off to the side, they wouldn't be doubling. They wouldn't be doubling.
So and they're having a hard time entering the ball, is what you're saying.
I guess summer with a grain of salt, but I had just some of my players come and flash up behind that pressure.
So the biggest issue is you just don't want them to be pressured. Do you want them to relieve the pressure so they can enter the offense?
I want to find an easy way to relieve the pressure so we can enter into our offense. Yes.
Can you enter the offense off a dribble?
I guess we could do that.
I would clear there. So I've always just cleared out a side. And then start the offense on the wing with the point guard dribbling to the wing.
Dribbling it into the wing.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. Second thing is you can always come up and set a ball screen.
Yeah, there's that.
Depending on, because then you got a big doubling. So so you have your 4 or 5 come up and set a ball screen. I'd set
At
it
half court, you're gonna blow.
I'd set it a little. I'd set it on a little bit in back court rather than the front court.
Okay.
And what you tell them is you basically are becoming a wall, and it's the point guard's problem to run. You don't move, you don't do anything. You just go there and you stand. And you get as wide as you can and let the point guard run off. And that, I mean, I've had NBA guys come up and pressure our point guards, and
it doesn't.
It doesn't matter because either you're going to double or you're going to switch. If you double, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. No, that'll work. And the point guard I'm thinking about, if you switch a big onto the point guard I'm talking about,
it's over. So the only issue is so drill wise, I would work on the double there, and that the big rolls then, because the big's gonna be wide open. You can just throw it up.
Now from half court, that's a long roll, I guess.
But they're not rolling to the basket. They're rolling to the open space. They're rolling like pressure. 3 or 4 feet to alleviate pressure.
Got it.
And then they turn and they look at the baskets.
And
someone's going to be open probably.
Gotcha.
But no. And then another thing. So that's the second thing. The third thing I've used is I've had the big flash catch the ball, right? Either in the back court or the front court, whatever you want. And then you do a handoff.
That's a good one.
You do a handoff. So I found that to be, and again, depends. If your big can't catch the ball, you can't run that. But handoffs are hard. It's like a zoom. It's just hard.
It's hard to defend that. Yeah.
Hard to defend. You got to drill that. So that's another thing I've used to alleviate, because then the big goes, rolls, then you get into your offense. Because that one movement is enough to kind of alleviate it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Does that work?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about a DHO. That's good.
Yeah, that's a very good one, I think.
I got one more.
Okay.
All right. So with this young group, I'm really having to, like last year, my 5-out was fine. My guys were athletic. They could do it easily. With this group, I'm basically starting with your 5-out less. Like you had 5 lesson plans on your 5 reading on your reading. What happens after the 5th lesson plan?
I think the offense is ready. Is it not working? I'll go.
No, I haven't done it. I haven't done that. I was just looking at it.
No, if you get past, well, you and I we'll talk. I'll get you through.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. That's the cement. Let's get through this. Pour the cement on the house. You can't build the second story till the cement's poured. So get through that. That's fine.
Okay,
you got hoopers though. Don't you have hoopers?
I did, but those are the guys that have been flaking on me right now.
No, but the freshmen are hoopers. The freshmen are going to grow up a lot. Trust me.
A freshman 6'2", one of them.
Yeah. So what are you whining? Yes, you're fine. You're fine.
Hey, when's the next hours? And I'm going to get off.
Thanksgiving's coming up. Maybe Thanksgiving weekend. I'm going to try to do it every other week. So,
okay.
But not next weekend.
I give them off Thanksgiving. They just never show up anyway, so I just get a week of Thanksgiving off.
Yeah, I'll probably have to talk basketball because we play that Saturday. So, yeah. So probably that Sunday after Thanksgiving would be the next one I'm thinking.
Okay. Well,
good luck. We can always get on a call too. I mean, just let me know. If as long as you're a night owl, we can always get on a call.
You know me. You know me.
I know.
All right.
My problem too. All right. See you, Coach.
Bye.
I'm pretty much good.
Okay.
We touched on it briefly. Just real quick, 2-3 matchup is something I'm looking at this year. I'm going to do this year. Don't
worry about that until your man. You feel good about your man.
Yep.
As soon as you feel good about your man, then you and I will get on a call, and I'll go downstairs to the basement where I got my whiteboard, and Perfect. That's what I did with James too, because your man, it's a match up. Like they're literally in man, but they're not in man. They're in a zone, so they stay in their region. And maybe I can even find the tape I did with him. But Yeah, so do that first. Get your man where you're feeling 80% good with your man, and then we can do the matchup.
All right, perfect.
Because it's about cutters. It's about cutters. It's about location. It's about handoffs, and make sure they're talking. So make sure your man's good, and make sure that they're talking. Because if you can't run a matchup if they won't talk to each other.
Yeah.
Because you got a cutter goes through, you got to literally stay with the cutter until you hand the cutter off, and if they're not talking to each other,
forget about it.
You'll look foolish, because they'll get a seal, they'll get a lay. It's bad. As long as they're willing to communicate, it's easy, super easy, and it'll freak teams out. So
I was gonna search you T-Troops first. I just haven't. I know I wanted it in my arsenal. I've spent a lot of time on everything else.
Get good at the pack, and then we can do that. Get good at the pack. Lean into the pack. It will work as long as teams aren't shooting 35% from three against you.
I think so too. I in theory, it should be like you should be able to close out on the airtime, right? Like, right? Yeah.
Well, in theory, a lot of things.
In theory, everything's in theory.
I agree. All right. Let me know, Coach.
Yep. Thank you.
Right. Yep. No problem. Bye.
Have a good night.
Hey, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want to hear more of these, go over and join ttroops.com. 14-day free trial allows us to do this, and then subscribe, like, jump up and down, do whatever you got to do. Tell us what you want to hear in the future. Steve at ttroops.com. All right. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $999. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.